Hello, kids. Welcome to another Mask Mondays. I, of course, am the Fan Man. We're here on the front lawn, the Myers house, the Spook House. And it's fitting we're here because tonight we're going to be talking about a Michael Myers mask. Not one that I think gets a whole lot of discussion these days, not a whole lot of traction, simply because it is not the typical Michael Myers mask. It's not a latex full over the head mask with hair. And you know, the Michael Myers look, that mask that we know as the shape, really, instead of Michael Myers, because Michael Myers is himself just a shape of a man. He's not even there anymore. He's the boogeyman, right? And that mask is a reflection of what he became. We hear Dr. Loomis say that in Halloween, that he had the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. There was nothing left. And so a blank, pale, emotionless face. And so that is what the mask is, a representation of what is left of Michael Myers. And that's all of it is. All it is really a caricature of a human being. And so we love that mask, those of us that love the mask. And it was a unique mask. It was a great choice, right? Of course, one of three that the production, Tommy Lee Wallace, the production designer for Halloween, John Carpenter's Halloween, was considering. Among the other ones was there was a clown mask, and there was also a Leonard Nimoy Spock mask. And of course, there was the William Shatner Kirk mask. That one, all three, or at least two of them, the clown and then this Shatner mask, was tested, the Captain Kirk, and it was the Kirk mask that had those blank, pale, emotionless features that became the perfect symbolizing, really, of what Michael Myers is. So we love that mask, and it had hair, and the fact that it has hair. There are scenes in that movie that I love. It's one of the reasons I love that mask, is because you don't know from a distance you're looking at a guy in a mask. And what's so beautifully done by Carpenter in that film is you don't see the mask and really see Myers and what he looks like well until the last, I guess, 20 or 30 minutes of the film. And then when you see him, you see that horrifying scene with the phone, which of course sadly is now a meme, but of course is in the film much more frightening than any meme. And we see that mask, and it's horrifying. And so many of the features, including hair, that are human, and yet what's beneath that isn't at all. So we talk about those masks. We love those of us in the mask community, and especially the Halloween and the Michael Myers fan community. We love that mask. But there are some other masks made by Trick or Treat Studios, who has the license now to all of the Halloween films. And there are a few masks that are kind of outliers, but they're still very cool. And the one we're talking about tonight, I'm going to turn off my background just so that you are able to see this, because it can cause some trouble there. And the mask I'm talking about here is again, kind of a rarity, but it's something I think it should be in your collection. Even if you're not a Myers collector, this could be a fun mask to wear for Halloween. It doesn't even necessarily, for those who aren't familiar with the face itself, they may not recognize it as Michael Myers. So you could wear it as some other kind of costume. You could wear it with a hoodie. You could wear it if you have maybe you have long hair framing this. It could be kind of cool. And that is the Michael Myers Trick or Treat Studios Halloween 2 Vacuform. So this is Vacuform. Now, those of us that are old enough remember those wonderful Vacuform masks of days gone by. This is a better material. This is a thicker plastic, but it's not overly thick. You can tell probably from just looking at the edges. But listen, you say closer to the mic. You hear that? It's a tougher, more resilient material, which also allows some shading to happen here. Now, you could probably see some of the shading here. I don't know how well with my lights that maybe wash it out, but you've got a really great sculpt here. This mask, like the other Michael Myers masks made by Trick or Treat Studios, with the exception of their latest mask for Halloween Kills, this was sculpted by art director, co-founder of Trick or Treat Studios, Justin Mabry, the great Justin Mabry, who I think is responsible for probably the majority of the really fantastic masks there at Trick or Treat. And this was sculpted by him, and it is described as a Halloween 2 mask. The official description from Trick or Treat says it was based on photos and stills from Halloween 2. You guys know I'm not a fan of any of the sequels, except the first film to me is it. And one of the reasons, to be quite honest, is that I hated what Dick Warlock's head did to the shape mask, right? I hated that it stretched out the features, horizontally, and really kind of lost that creepy look that, of course, we get with the Castle stretch from Halloween with Nick Castle wearing the mask. But all that aside, you have to sometimes separate that. And I have a Michael Myers Halloween 2 mask. In fact, it's the first Myers mask I ever bought, and it's the first Trick or Treat Studios mask I ever purchased. And I have this one, and I bought it actually initially because I'm kind of OCD, and by kind of I mean a lot. So I was like, oh, it's Michael Myers, and no, it isn't the kind of mask that I like, and I'll probably never wear it, but it's Michael Myers. And for me, even though it says Halloween 2, the eye holes are, yeah, they're kind of, they're a little wider, like we saw the mask again being stretched horizontally. But I get a lot of the Shatner life mask. Those of you that are familiar with the full origin of the Shatner mask, made the Captain Kirk mask that was made for made by Don Post. Don Post had they did a life cast of Shatner for the film The Devil's Reign, because in that film, and I haven't seen it, so I really don't know the full context, but apparently something happens. These folks are under a spell, some kind of satanic spell or curse or whatever, and their face is kind of waxen. It's almost as if a wax mold is made of their face, and their eyes are gone, and you just see these black holes. Well, that's was done with Shatner, and they did the life cast, and they made his mask, which when you see his face in that film and you see stills of it, you'll just see it looks like Michael Myers, but it's Shatner. And that was, of course, what they made the Kirk mask from, because they had the rights, they had access to that life mold. And you look at the Shatner mask and you go, that's Shatner, but not like from 1966, right? Like that's not season 1 or even 3 Kirk. It's an older Kirk because he was older in Devil's Reign, Shatner. But that was what they eventually, of course, Tommy Lee Wallace finds the Kirk, and they use that, and the rest is history. So I see a lot of Shatner in here. And, there's Shatner in the Halloween 2 mask as well, since it is the same mask from Halloween, John Carpenter's Halloween. But I feel like there's just a really good, strong Shatner in this. I don't know. I just see it more. I like the shading here on the lips area. I don't know why. It's almost like stubble. I don't know how much of that you can see in here. It's an unusual choice, right? And Halloween, Trick or Treat Studios also produces a half mask of Michael Myers that is actually, it's got a neck piece, and it goes has a strap, and your hair will show through, so it's a hairless mask. Then they've even got a Halloween 2 mask that is molded hair. I don't know why you would want that, but again, it's like an economy mask. I think they bill it as an economy mask, right? Because it's cheaper. And so this is even cheaper than that. This is $12.99. This is readily available. I got this one actually from Spirit Halloween, and I think I've had it now for a good 8-9 years. I've seen them there recently. Last year I went for post Halloween. I think I went November 1st or 2nd, and they had like 12 of these left, and they were half off. So, if you want to pick one up and you see an abundance of them, it's possible they'll have some left. Now, we have a Halloween film coming out, so-called, this year, and so these might fly off the shelves for, those who are budget conscious, who don't want the latest mask and don't want to pay a lot. They might get this. This could be paired, like I said, with a hoodie. That would look really cool, really creepy. It could be paired with a lot of different things. A wig. If you have long brown hair, you could slick that back or style it like Michael Myers has it styled, and then you could just put this mask on, and it would maybe be a little more comfortable. You could paint the exposed parts of your face and neck white as well, and it would kind of match this mask. That's certainly an option. Use your own hair. It's a great display piece. This is the inside of the mask. There's not a whole lot going on there, but I just think it's a creepy, it's kind of distilling the Michael Myers look down to what we often think of when we think of the slasher mask. It doesn't always have hair. It's one of the rare things about the Myers mask, because the Shatner, of course, had hair, and Tommy Lee Wallace didn't remove that hair. He used it and I think that was a brilliant choice, because again, it goes to this idea that Carpenter writes about in the script of this guy wearing a white mask, but who looks like it's kind of a caricature of a human. He's not human, right? He's there's, like Loomis says, this is not a man, right? And so this could be worn with a number of things. I think it's a great display piece as well. You could hang it on your wall. It has a nice elastic strap. It's not, thick. It's a string, but it's a durable one. Like it's much more durable than some. It does fit me really well. And, I'm not going to take the headphones off, but you get an idea here, I think, of the size. And if you were to maybe put some mesh in this, if you for it to fit me tells you something because I have a big head, and so for you to maybe buy this, put some mesh, and that's so easy to do. Just get yourself some hot glue, and you could even use material from stockings, black stockings, and you could just glue that. It would black the eyes out for you if you wanted to do that, because it does sit a little closer than a latex full mask. Myers mask will, right? And so your eyes are going to be more easily visible there. But I think it's creepy as hell. I think it's a great collection piece. I certainly think it's great for Halloween, just to throw on a mask and to go out trick or treating, or to go out to a Halloween party, or if you're in a haunt. This is just this white mask. It has almost like there's a really nice way it picks up the light. It reminds me of chalk, the look of it, the kind of texture. It's like a softness to it, but it glows almost. It's not a glow in the dark mask, but I feel it picks up light. It's almost kind of luminescent in that way. And I think this just kind of hovering there in the dark in your haunted house or at your house or giving out candy for Halloween, whatever, is creepy, man. So I think this is a great deal. Where, fan man, can I get this? Well, like I said, you get it Spirit Halloween, and surely that would not be a bad thing, because I'm a supporter of Spirit Halloween. However, there's even better place. Well, fan man, what about that old Party City? You get it at Party City. You probably get it on Amazon. You can go to trickortreatstudios.com. I would rather you get it from the fine folks over at Lord Grimley's Manor. I said it was $12.99. I'm sorry, it's $17.99. That is not just their price. That's the standard price. And this is the Vacuform, like I said, sculpted by Justin Mabry. Here we have a description of the mask, and you can order it there, and you can see, I love when the photos of a mask are not so far removed from the production piece. And that is the case here. Look, they've got the Kirk 75. They're out, by the way. They're out. I one day I'm going to buy a Kirk and convert it, but that day is not yet here. It'll be a while before I do, but it's on my list of things I want to do one day. But yeah, this is a great mask. And again, as I mentioned, it has been it's based on numerous screenshots from Halloween 2 to make it the most realistic mask released. It's very similar to the facial structure of the H2 mask in particular that Trick or Treat did. And you could go in if you wanted, and you could do a black wash on this mask, just to, if you're one of these folks that likes the weathered look. I don't, but I know a lot of mask collectors and fans like to do that. You do that. So there's a lot of potential here. You could put this on a mannequin. You could just do, I think, a lot of different things. You could repaint this. It doesn't have to be white, So for that price, $17.99, what a great deal. When you buy, if you buy from Lord Grimley's Manor, you get a great mask. You're helping a small business here in Lafayette, Louisiana, and you are going to get the best customer service. If you tell them, hey, I don't want it delivered in a bag, because now, Trick or Treat and other places have been really kind of doing this, where they send you a mask, in a bag, and you're thinking, how did that do, in the post office, and all the travel that it went through? How well did it hold up in the bag? Not something you want to risk. So, especially, this is breakable, right? It's a hard material. It's not like those old Vacuform masks. So I would, if you want it in a box, but they'll probably send that in a box anyway. But you tell them, and they will do whatever you want, right? How you want it shipped. They will work with you. They are fans themselves, and they have the best customer service. They're great guys. And again, they are a home-based business. And in these current times we're in, man, I don't have to tell you that small businesses have suffered the most and are trying to just kind of, scratch back. Plus, we've had hurricanes. They dealt with some of that last year. Some of their relatives dealt with hurricanes. Delta, I believe it was, and Laura. Not Laura. Was Laura this year? You see what's happening here? I don't even remember. No, Laura was last year. It's Ida this year. So, everybody is dealing with something everywhere. But if you want to help a small business, which is what I usually try to do, I try to go for the small business, the local business, then you're helping these guys out. And that would be fantastic. And if you use the code FANMAN, all caps, 10, all one word, one phrase, FANMAN 10, you save 10%, right? So in the description down below here in this video, I will have a link right here to this mask. And you can buy this, and hey, while you're there, peruse their other masks. And in fact, this mask is under the category human faces. And so were you to go over here and you say, well, maybe I want to go, maybe I want to order multiple masks. They've got so many options. They've got the Ben Tramer from Halloween 2. They've got the Elrod mask. All of these are different masks that I'm not going to explain the different. Here's an H2O variant, which is just so weird. Here's the H4. Here's the H6, which I'm not a fan of. Here's the hospital mask. Here's the H2, which is a pretty good mask. Here's that Vacuform we looked at. Here's the blood tears. And in here somewhere, they may have sold out because they were sold out a while back. And so I bet you they're still sold out. They're sold out of the Kirk. I think they're sold out of Myers 78. Yeah. And but I say that to you. You know what, kids? Maybe you're like, I want the most recent mask. Well, look here. I think they have it in stock. They've got Halloween Kills. If you want the Halloween Kills mask, it's there. You can get it. And again, this price, $69.99, that's not them. Trick or Treat has raised the prices on these Halloween masks this year with this mask. And that's not to bash them. Everybody's kind of raising prices, but you want to order from them. Do not order directly from Trick or Treat Studios at this late time because you will not get it for Halloween. I guarantee you. Order from them. You will get it very shortly. And of course, you could choose expedited shipping, but they are going to take care of it instantly. And what a great deal you're going to get working with them. The customer service second to none, and you save 15%. Also, you may have noticed up here at the top, 15% off any order over $40. So you would definitely get that here. Now, you can't combine the deal, so you could use either one, but you're getting 15% off, and that goes a ways, right? So can't recommend them enough. Here's the HK, the Halloween Kills mask, if you're interested in that one. And as I showed you, these other ones as well, and so much more. Spend some time there. It's the Halloween season. No matter where you live, you could get a mask in time, and many other things. They have latex gloves, hands, licensed costumes, props, effects, animatronics, many, many more collectibles as well. So there you go, kids. The Halloween 2 H2 Trick or Treat Studios Michael Myers Vacuform mask, a great Halloween mask, like the old days, just a Vacuform mask and a cord to keep it around your head, a string. So enjoy your Halloween shopping, and look for more Mask Mondays as we continue through this wonderful month of October. Until next time, stay safe and stay super.